Two, one. All right, getting started here on TikTok. Just setting up my TikTok stuff here. Next, I can flip over to the charts now. Keep track. We're doing a different format here for my YouTube stream here, guys. But I'll be flipping the camera over here soon. You guys get to see a good view of me. Does I look good? Haircut's fine. Good. All right. Okay. Let's see. Oh, Rissa joined here on TikTok. All right. There we go. Let me go flip the camera here. And I gotta make sure I got the chat good for YouTube. We got a few people joining here on YouTube. Good to see you guys showing up here. I see Amanda Thompson saying hi. Hello. Hello to you, Amanda. Thank you for telling me to keep up the good work. Appreciate that. Appreciate the comments and the feedback. All right. We'll turn the music down and we'll get started here. Hopefully, okay, I'll fix the camera here a little bit. Okay. Okay. We got a few people in the TikTok making some comments here. Hopefully, my moderator shows up and we can make sure that the chat is doing good on TikTok. But yeah, let me turn the music down here. Hopefully, the music's not too loud for my TikTok guys. Let me know, guys, for TikTok if the music's a little bit too loud. If I can get like a volume check on the music, you guys are able to hear me well. Amanda Thompson says, "I am cool." You are cool too, Amanda. Thank you for coming into the YouTube live stream here. All right. Okay, so we're looking at the price of Bitcoin. Let me just scroll up here a little bit, but we'll look at the price of Bitcoin currently trading at $71,000. We did see it get almost as high as like 73K earlier today. We got as high as 72,800 And then I think last night we got up to like 72,700. We kind of came up to some previous resistance at the 73K level is a level that we spotted for potential resistance. We had that as a resistance level here on March 15th, and sort of back here on March 5th, we got up to that 73K level. So 73K is just an area that could provide some resistance, and it did before we could even hit that for today and yesterday. Uh, we got a ceasefire from the United States and Iran. That gave a lot of optimism in the markets to start becoming bullish here. But there's still some doubts about whether or not that ceasefire is actually going to hold up. Okay. And it doesn't mean that it's an end of the war. It just means that there's supposed to be a pause in fighting. But we've heard of countries getting attacked by Iran other than um, I mean, we've heard of countries getting attacked by Iran, and we've also heard of Israel getting attacked by Iran, and Iran uh, getting attacked by Israel. So, like, what is going on with the ceasefire? We don't know, and it's leaving the markets in limbo land. They don't really know what to make of it. Let's go into the 1 hour chart for Bitcoin. You can see that, yeah, we're kind of in limbo land. We don't know if we're going to be bullish or bearish because of the ceasefire here. It should be bullish. It's on paper. It's supposed to be bullish here, okay? But we're just not sure if it's going to hold up. With reports of fighting all over the Middle East still. So um, that's the reason why I think we're creating like kind of like a bull flag. We're bullshit consolidating between like 70,600 and 72K. All right. We just don't know for sure if we're going to actually be bullish here and jump out. Now, if we are going to be bullish here, if this is a bull flag, I think some of my traders know what this will look like here. If this is a bull flag here, okay, I'm just going to quickly draw this out as best as I can here. And some might call this a bull pennant here. But if this is a bull flag on the 1 hour time frame, and we're going to be bullish and we're going to jump out to higher prices here, you just put this flagpole, this measure move is the flagpole here. You put this flagpole on top of the flag where we could possibly break out at like 71,600. The idea is we could possibly head back up to 76K, that blue number right there. 76K kind of makes sense because we actually hit 76K. If I just zoom back out to the daily time frame here, but we hit 76K back here on March 17th in the middle of March last month. We had $76,000 Bitcoin. For like less than 1 day. We didn't even close at that level. But this is saying that we could head up to 76K. And then also, if you look at this green line here, this is the 50-day simple moving average on the daily time frame. That's hanging out at like 75,900. So pretty much like 76K. This is the next level that we could go up to on Bitcoin if we're going to continue being bullish here. Okay. And that's just using the moving average, also the high from last month, also using the bull flag that I just drew out here. Okay, if this is a bull flag for Bitcoin, we could head up to that blue number right there, 76K, as an idea here. Oh, I almost lost my camera there for my YouTube guys. All right. So I mean that's if we're bullish. Now, if we're bearish, where could Bitcoin go if we're gonna just drop out of this bull flag? On the 1 hour time frame, we do got some moving averages below us. Initially, there could be the 50-day moving, the 50 moving average on the 1 hour time frame could provide support at 69,200. But it looks like we got the blue and the red line, which is your 100 and your 200 moving average on the 1 hour time frame. That could act as support over at 68,400, 68,200. And you can see that we also got some sideways trading action at that area that could provide some support if we do drop down. And I think another significant level for Bitcoin, if we are going to drop down to lower prices from here, for my day traders, if you're entering a short, you can probably take profit at the 67K level. Is a pretty good support area to try and take some profit on your shorts if that's what you want to do here. If you want to short Bitcoin at 71K, 67K, and 68K are probably going to be your targets as of now. Let me see what my TikTok guys have to say about things so far. Let me get back into the chat here on TikTok. We have Juicy Juice says that's not a flag, that's a pennant, and there has already been a bearish change of character inside. Yeah, yeah, I did say it's a pennant. Yeah. Um, I initially said bull flag. Bull flag, I get it. Bull flag would probably look more like this, right? But yeah, we're looking at a bold pennant right now. Okay, so you're right. You're right. You're right. It's just if you want to be all technical about it, you're right that this is a bold pennant and not a bull flag. But still, if it's going to be bullish, the idea is that we could head up to like 76K. That's the idea here. All right, I see Lorraine has sent to heart me. Good to see you, Lorraine. I'm glad you were able to make it in here. I know it's a little bit late for you. I know these late night live streams are kind of tough for you to do. But I appreciate you coming in and smashing the like button. And of course, you could always watch me again on YouTube for the replay here. We're doing things a little bit differently here on TikTok, where you can actually see me and you can also see the charts. My YouTube guys, you got a chance to see me when I first started the live stream, but I flipped the camera over so you guys can watch it. We're doing a vertical live stream here on YouTube. All right. Let's see what else we're saying here. Broke Dev says it looks like a bolt, like a flag, but I think it was bait. Not much liquidity above compared to under. Yeah, we might be rolling over, especially if like the events in the Middle East. If we still get attacks, like I've heard just recently that one of the oil refineries. I'm sorry, not one of the oil refineries. Yeah, one of the oil refineries in Iran got attacked. I'm not sure by who. I gotta reread the news and see who actually did that. But then also Iran actually attacked Saudi Arabia's pipeline that sends oil to the west side of the country and kind of circumvents the Strait of Hormuz. That pipeline got hit today as well. So it's looking like things are just as bad as they were yesterday. So it's surprising to see Bitcoin at this level. It actually might make sense for us to try to short Bitcoin. Okay. And if I go into the RSI indicator here, I pull up that RSI. Let me just give me 1 second here as I pull it up. So you can see on the RSI, we are making lower highs here, which is not good. It means that we're probably getting some bearish divergence starting to play out here. And we're probably going to see Bitcoin roll over to lower prices. So this might actually be the last time that you might be able to sell Bitcoin above 70K for a while here. All right. Well, there you go. There goes TikTok saying that I'm being unoriginal and restricting my live stream again. Let me see if I can appeal that right now. I don't know why they do this to me, but they always got to make life tough for me here on TikTok. All right, my live does not contain the content that they mentioned in that notice. There we go. Okay. They're so strict on TikTok, I swear. But I appreciate you guys coming on to the live stream here. Let's see if we can get things rolling along here. Do you guys have any requests for any particular cryptocurrencies or commodities? I was going to try to talk about the price of oil because, the ceasefire and the war in the Middle East is affecting the price of oil. And I know there are some oil traders out there, people trading oil. So, yeah. I'm probably going to talk about oil here before I do the requests. If you guys have any requests, go ahead and shoot away. We are doing requests as well. All right, but let's move on from Bitcoin. We are going to move on to the price of oil. Price of oil got a nasty drop last night because it looked like things were actually changing for the better with a ceasefire. A lot of people were expecting, ships and oil tankers in the Strait of Hormuz to start, transiting through and transiting out of it so we can get some more oil onto the markets. And that's just bad for the price of oil. We did see the price of oil almost revisit the highs that we saw back here in March. Let me just zoom back out. But like back in March, we seen the price of oil get as high as $119.55 here. And I believe yesterday we actually almost hit $119.50. Yeah, we hit $118.47. So just a dollar shy of that. And then of course we had Donald Trump's announcement about a ceasefire. And my short signal indicator fired off. It actually fired off, I believe, before we got the nasty dump. Yeah, it was saying that things are not looking good. You should probably sell oil and time the short oil. And sure enough, like 2 hours later, we had that gap down in the oil markets, and then that nasty red candle down 12% in like 1 hour for the price of oil. And we came right down to this 618 golden pocket near $97. But we actually almost went further than that. We actually came close to hitting the point 0.5 retracement, sitting at $90.63. We got down to like $91.71. So just a dollar shy of that level there. Okay. But now oil is kind of recovering and getting back into that 618 golden pocket, that yellow line there at $97 oil. If we continue being bullish here on oil, we could probably push past this golden pocket and come right back up to the 786 retracement, and that's at $107. That's my next upside target for oil is $107. You also got the 1 hour moving averages above you. You got the 200, the 100, and the 50 kind of hanging out between like $104 and $107. This is where I'd be trying to take profit on my oil longs. I actually am in it long in oil right now, and I'm trying to target those levels above. I'm also targeting $99 as well as just a quick scalp. Okay, but I would like to target $107 a barrel oil if I can. And I think we could get that if the ceasefire is not really going to hold up. We could see, oil obviously get back up to $100. We're only like $3 away from it, but we could see higher than $100. We could see initially at probably $107, kind of chill out there for a little bit, like we kind of did here towards the end of March, and then we might make a run for like $120 barrel oil, like we kind of did the last couple of days here. So that's what I'm seeing here with the price of oil. That's the bullish case. Bearish case, if we are going to get a ceasefire or an end to the war, we could drop down further on oil. We could drop down to the $87 level here. I highlighted that because, just looking left, that has acted as support and resistance in the previous weeks and months here. Then there's also possibly the 0.32 level at $83. I'm not sure if that's going to hold, but then there's another level that I highlighted, and that's $78 barrel oil there. If I go into the daily time frame here, and I just zoom out, you'll see these lines. They actually hit previous resistance from the past. Like we've seen the $78 barrel oil be a resistance here in June of 2025. I think that was right after the United States struck Iran for the first time, and they hit their nuclear underground facilities. We did see oil get up to like $70 a barrel back in June of last year. Okay. Also, like back here in October 2024, we had $70 barrel oil be kind of like a resistance top for us as well. So just looking left is $78, and then also we have $87 barrel oil. Has been resistance back here in like April 2024, and we have seen $87 barrel oil kind of be like resistance and support back here in 2023. So yeah, those are levels that I already marked on the chart because I have been trading oil since we've been getting like hints of a possible war breaking out, and then during this war, I've been trading oil myself as well as trading crypto. I do both of them. But let me get back into the chat, see what you guys have to say about all of that stuff there. We were looking at oil there for a quick second. And we're looking at Bitcoin. I'm trying to see if it's all right. So Lorene says the music is a little bit too loud. Thank you for that, Lorene. I will turn it down some more on my end. Hopefully that sounds a little bit better there. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was too loud or not. And I did ask about that earlier, but no one said anything. But I appreciate you letting me know there. Has the Strait of Hormuz opened up? I've heard that there's been a few oil tankers that have traveled through the Strait of Hormuz. But I think those were ones that were anxious to go, and they were just waiting for somewhat of a green light to go. But I think a lot of them are kind of anxious because there's still missiles and bombs and drones being sent from Iran to like Saudi Arabia and Kuwait. Like Iran did a ceasefire with America and Israel, but they didn't do a ceasefire with Saudi Arabia. So like they're still attacking their neighbors, and those missiles and bombs and rockets have to go over the Persian Gulf to hit their targets. So like imagine it being a sailor on one of those ships and just looking up above you and you see a missile and a rocket or a drone go right by you. Do you feel safe traveling through the Persian Gulf and through the Strait of Hamas? If you're still seeing rockets flying over your head, probably not. That's why I think we're having a tough time getting people to move their ships. And then also, some of those sailors have now been stuck out sea. They've been stuck on the ship. They haven't been able to dock, their ship, or they just got done docking their ship, and now they're out in the ocean, and they're having a. I mean, they're having a hard time getting just food and water. They had to shut down their generators. They can't let the ship run and just keep running at idle, because they're going to burn through their fuel. So they've been actually running out of generator electricity. Their refrigerators, the food that's in the refrigerators, are starting to melt. The ice is starting to melt. They're running out of provisions. So like, just because the Strait of Hamas might be open or open for business again, doesn't mean that the sailors are ready to start sailing, because they got to get their ships up and running again, and some of them don't even have food to go on their trip. It takes them like a month or two to go to their destinations, and they've already been eating through the food that they thought they were gonna be using while they're traveling to the destination. So they got to get more food for the sailors now. So it's one big mess. It's one big mess. Yeah, it's very scary to see those missiles and drones flying over your head while you're waiting for the Strait of Hamas to open up. All right, all right. So let's look into some other assets to look at here besides oil. We'll try to get back into looking at. Let's look at Solana. Was another cryptocurrency that I was trading past couple of days. And I'm going to get into the 1 hour chart here for Solana. Right now, Solana is currently trading at $82.43. It's down 0.1% today. And what do we got here for Solana? Solana had that initial pump up because of the ceasefire, and I got that long signal that fired off on the chart saying that it's time to long Solana. Okay. However, Solana did jump up to $87. I believe that was like last night. Since then, we've been kind of like bleeding off, and now I got a short signal. It's telling me to start shorting Solana. That's not good. Solana not really doing a bull flag. I mean, I was trying to do somewhat of a bull flag, but then we knocked ourselves down. We were hanging out near the 618 golden pocket at $83 and $84 earlier this morning. And then I guess, bad news about, Iran attacking Israel, Israel attacking Iran, oil refineries still getting blown up and stuff like that. Kind of shocked and shook the markets a little bit, sent the price of Solana down to this point 0.5 retracement. And if Solana is going to still be, heading down the lower prices, now we got basically the 0.236 retracement at $80 here as a level to look for. And we also got these moving averages on the 1 hour time frame. You got the 100, 200, and the 50. They're all hanging out near like $81. So maybe Solana does go down about another dollar in the next few hours here. And I'm just looking at the day trading time frames. Let's look at the big picture view here for Solana. Going into the daily time frame, what I did like seeing with Solana was you got above the 200-day moving average. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this Fibonacci now. I'm not the 200 minute. We got above the 21 EMA, exponential moving average. I'm sorry, I said 200 moving average, but I meant to say 21 EMA. It just rolled off my tongue like that. But we got above the 21 EMA, and now I was feeling good about possible, higher prices here for Solana. But looks like we lost the 21 EMA today, and now here we are. We're starting a new daily candle here on technically it's Thursday now in cryptocurrency world, and we got another candle that's now below this 21 EMA. So this 21 EMA, this white line is going to be a problem until it's no longer a problem. But if it's no longer going to be a problem, if we're going to be bullish here on Solana, then the next level to look for is this green line. This is the 50-day moving average sitting at $100. I think that's where Solana could go up to. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this previous analysis. We're not really in the parallel channel anymore, and we're not doing that double top that I thought we could possibly do here. But Solana, yeah, I mean, if Solana can get its act together and be bullish here, I think 50-day moving average makes sense at $100 is target because of the 50-day moving average. but it's also a psychological target. A lot of people would start feeling good and bullish about Solana if it does get up to $100. But then also some people might still be hesitant about Solana going up to higher prices, and they might actually try to just de-risk if they have losses in their Solana. They might try to de-risk at $100 here as a psychological level, and also a 50 moving average level there. All right, get back into the chat here, see what you guys have to say. Yeah, Lorene, they restricted me. They said I'm being unoriginal here on TikTok. I think because I'm over here showing the charts here. I mean, I do got my face, right? You guys can see me here, but this is saying that my live is not eligible for recommendation because of it contains unoriginal or reproduced content. I'm not sure how that's unoriginal, me having a chart in the background here. I think if I was like showing you guys my cat or my dog, or if I, was playing video games here, then TikTok would let my content go out there. But here I am trying to teach you guys about technical analysis, and they're like, no, you can't teach people how to make money. You can't teach people how to actually do better in their life. And then, yeah, I get restricted. I get restrictions on my content here. Lorraine said, how's Sui doing? We can take a look at Sui. I was bullish about Sui because I thought the ceasefire might have had some legs to it. But if we're not getting a ceasefire, if no one's going to respect the ceasefire, then I don't think Sui's going to do so well. Yesterday I was looking at Sui; it was at 97 cents. Now Sui's at 90 cents, almost down 10% from when I did that little video there talking about how I can be bullish about Sui. So there you go. If we're not getting a ceasefire, if no one's going to respect the ceasefire, then yeah, we are going to go down to lower prices here. And where can we go? We have a level here at 83 cents that I think could, could hold that support. Excuse me, I gotta get a bottle of water. I've been doing a lot of talking. Um, but you can see that 83-cent level has been holding up as support. We haven't even got a candle close below 83 cents. That's going to be a support level for Sui, which is, oh my god, it'd be like another 7 or 8 cent drop from where we are right now on Sui. So I try to be hopeful there, guys. I try to give you guys some hope about Sui. But if the war in the Middle East is not going to cooperate with us, if they're not going to end this war, then yeah, we are going to go to lower prices. I'm still bearish, and I try to be a little bit bullish about Sui just because we had somewhat good news last night. But it looks like no one's respecting the ceasefire, and yeah, Sui will go down to low prices if that's the case. If we're still worried about if we're still worried about the war, inflation, the price of oil, oil's not moving through the Strait of Hormuz, and also other things are not moving through, like food. There's not all those container ships with food and chemicals and stuff like that. If that's not making it onto the market, then that's going to cause prices of everything to go up, and we're going to get inflation because of this war. And you have to think about it for a second. If we're getting inflation, the Federal Reserve and the banks are not going to lower their interest rates because they're not going to do that and then have inflation eat away at their profit margins. And then on top of that, you're not going to see people buying crypto either, because if people are struggling to put gasoline in their car to go to work, if they're struggling to put food on the table because things are more expensive with just buying stuff like the grocery store, then how are they gonna have the extra money to buy Sui? I know it's only 90 cents and that might not be a lot, but you have to think about it. Like if people are gonna put money to work in cryptocurrencies, they gotta have the money to be putting to work. All right. Lorraine's over here on YouTube. She's saying that you can't really hear the music here on YouTube. Yeah, that's kind of what the way it's going to be. Um, but on TikTok, is the music okay, or do I need to turn it down some more? Just let me know. Appreciate the feedback there. But yeah, I was trying to give you guys the bullish case here on Sui. If Sui was able to be bullish here, the 50-day moving average is at $1.15. I think that's the first stop to take some profit. And then the 100-day moving average is at $1.28. That's another area that we could take some profit on SUI if it actually is going to just bottom out here and start moving up to higher prices. Then if I turn on the VRVP indicator here, you can see that we have to get above this blue line here. This is the point of control at 96 cents, which is where we were at last night. And that's why I was getting a little bit optimistic about SUI. All we got to do is just go a little bit further higher, and then there's not that much resistance until you get up to like $1.16, which is right where that 50-day moving average is at. And then the resistance goes down even further, and then you don't get more resistance until like $1.29, which is right where that 100-day moving average is. So I think even if you don't know how to use the VRVP indicator, or you don't know how to set it up, or you whatever, you could just have the moving averages here, right? You could set up your moving averages. I think everybody can set up a moving average on their charts. And I think the 50-day and the 100-day moving average on SUI is going to be your targets to the upside if we are actually going to be bullish here. All righty, I see Rich is in the chat. Good to see you, Rich, also known as Sir Nap Time. I see you on YouTube. Appreciate you coming on to the live stream here. Do you have any requests, Rich? What kind of trades are you in? We can take a look at the chart. I give you like my analysis on it. I'm currently shorting Zcash myself. I might look at that if I don't get any requests in the meantime here. And now let me go back to my TikTok, guys. I'm pretty sure you guys are saying some stuff here. My TikTok chat. Let's see. All right, so Lorraine's saying turn the music down a little bit on over at on the computer here. All right, I turned it down, Lorraine. I don't know if I could go any further than that. You might just have to turn the volume down. But if you turn the volume down, then you might not be able to hear me either. Yeah, that would suck. But anyways, let's move on from SUI. We're gonna take a look at the Zcash. Zcash currently trading at $324. Zcash has a pretty good few days here, pretty good week. One of the high flying cryptocurrencies recently. Looks like Tuesday we went up like 27% here on SUI. We're getting a little bit of wind here. It's getting a little bit of windy here in San Jose, Costa Rica. I like up in the mountains, and they definitely get more wind because of the mountains here. But yeah, let's finish up the analysis here on Zcash. Well, I didn't even get. I don't think I even got started here. But yeah, Zcash actually had a nice green bullish engulfing candle, just taking us up to basically the 200-day moving average. 200-day moving average acting as resistance near $330. We did get as high as like 339 earlier today, so we kind of went above that 200-day moving average. But you can see like we're respecting the 200-day moving average for the most part. This could prevent us from going to higher prices if we're gonna treat this as resistance. And I think if it does, I want to take advantage of Zcash coming down to low prices. We could come down. Maybe we get a bounce off the 50-day moving average at 296. That's where my first take profit level is on my short. And I think I got more take profit at $280. But if I just quickly do a Fibonacci here, it might give me an idea as like what the measure move might be here for what the levels might be for retracement here on Zcash. And you can see that the golden pocket normal retracement should take us down to like $300 on Zcash. It says 298 right here. And then we got a 0.5 retracement at 285. And then we got 0.382 retracement at 273. So these are levels to look out for below if Zcash is going to roll over and peel over and drop down to low prices here. Now, since I'm day trading this, since I'm in a short, I got to look at the smaller time frames. The 1 hour time frame is where I usually start off at. And let's see, one of the reasons why I decided to short Zcash was because look at this bearish divergence. You got lower highs here on the RSI. You're bleeding off here. However, you were making higher highs on the price. And now I think the bearish divergence is starting to play out where we could drop down to lower prices. And if we do drop down to lower prices, I was spotting the 50 moving average at 272. That was another area where I would like to take some profit on the short. But like anywhere between like 290, 280, and 270 were like my take profit 1, 2, and 3 on the short here with Zcash. All right. Rich says we could take a look at Casba. if I want to. Yeah, we could do that. I could do that for you. Appreciate the request there. Are you longing or shorting Caspa, or you just want me to take a look at it? Give me an idea of like what kind of direction you think Caspa could go. I'll see if I agree with the direction that you give us. Let me just go back to TikTok, checking the chat here. All right. Yep. Lorraine said was the last one to make a comment here. Okay. All right. So yeah, Zcash. I am seeing the bearish divergence on the 1 hour time frame. I even saw it on the 15-minute time frame. We got the MACD crossover to the downside, validating that we should see more selling pressure, and we did see more selling pressure. And then on the money flow divergence, there is still money flow in Zcash. However, you got a red sell dot that came in on Tuesday, and you don't have any green buy dots yet. So, if I see a green buy dot showing up on the 1 hour time frame, maybe I would take, profit on my short, maybe take partial profit, move stop loss to break even or something like that. But I don't see that yet here on the 1 hour time frame. But I mean, something like this, these things trade 24/7. We could get a green buy dot while I'm sleeping, and I might totally miss that. So before I go to bed, I'm going to put the stop loss at break even so I don't lose money on my short here. But I think we could stay short here on Zcash until we see something different here. All right, moving on from Zcash, we'll take a look at the Caspa. Maybe I just type in CAS USD, see what that comes up. All right, all right, all right. Caspa. I mean, what exchange do you change Caspa on? Why is this not showing me some of the popular exchanges to trade on here? Did I type that right? Oh no, I typed it wrong. I put a CAS with a P in there. Let me get rid of that. Okay, there we go. All right, this looks a lot better. We'll get Caspa on Mex exchange. Why not? And what direction did you pick there? Oh, you just wanted to look at Cas, but you haven't actually figured out what direction you think it's gonna go. We got Matty Ghost in the chat. I see you popping up there, Matty Ghost. Hello to you, Matty Ghost. We're doing a vertical live stream here on YouTube. We're doing the horizontal live stream here on TikTok. I'll try to show you real quick here. But that's TikTok right there. TikTok live studio. Got Lorraine in the chat over there. All right. Caspa. Kind of want to zoom out, see what it's done. What has Caspa done in the bigger picture view of things? Oh, okay, interesting. Looks like we have a level here at 3 cents that we need to kind of respect here. Hopefully, we can use that support. Hopefully, this is going to end up being a higher low here, and then maybe Caspa can do some good things here where we can go up to higher prices. Now you can see Caspa try to go up to higher prices, but this 50-day moving average kind of acting like resistance. You got above it, but not really. Okay. You got above it for like maybe a day or two. 100-day moving average surely acting as resistance. When we get there, you can see that acts as a resistance. It actually got front run. You didn't even hit the 100-day moving average here. But you can see that these lines, they kind of do act as like barriers to entry for higher prices here. You have to get past these moving averages here to see higher prices. And this is what I'm seeing here with Caspa. You're below the 200, the 100, the 50, and you're also below the 21 EMA. That is very, very bearish in the long term, especially on the daily time frame here. Doesn't mean you can't make money. Doesn't mean you can't, hopefully try to buy the bottom or buy an area of support here. But just know that, in the longer term, if you want this thing to be a long-term investment, you got to get above the 200 moving average, right? And get above these moving averages. They got to be flipped, right? The 21 needs to be above the 50. The 50 needs to be above the 100, and the 100 needs to be above the 200. This is looking like a bear market in the big grand scheme of things here, okay? Whereas, like, let me just show you what a bull market looks like here for Caspa. Okay, a bull market, everything is flipped, right? The 200 is below the 100, the 100 is below the 50 is below the 21 EMA, and price is above all those moving averages, and that is a bull market. This is like back here in like November 2023, when Casper was catching the bids over here. Okay, making kind of like a bull pennant, and then it broke out of the bull pennant here, and then it jumped up to higher prices. I'm just trying to give you previous price action just to show you like what a bull market looks like. So when you guys are like, oh, are we in a bull market or a bear market? You can look at the moving averages. You'd be like, are we above the 200? Okay, yes. Are we above the 100? Okay. Is that above the 200 as well? Okay. Is the 50 above the 100? Okay. Is the 21 EMA above the 50? Okay. Is price above the 21 EMA? Oh, if it is, it checks all those boxes. That's extremely bullish. That means you're in a bull market. Okay. But right now, this is what we got. Everything is flip upside down where the 200 is on top of everything and the price is below all the moving averages. So just giving you an idea here, like, we are in the bear market for cash flow. Okay. For sure. Okay. Now, with that being said, are we going to actually make a bottom here on cash flow? I want to see what the RSI is looking like. I want to see if we're getting the beginnings of bullish divergence here. Because that's usually how we stop the bleeding is we got to start seeing some bullish divergence. So we did see lower lows here on the price. We did see higher lows here on the RSI. That was bullish divergence. Also, you can see here, these little green lines here are part of my deluxe algo indicator here. This helps me like instantly spot bullish divergence. When I see this, I know there's bullish divergence, and then I can just confirm it by pulling up the RSI on my indicators below, and I know I can see this bullish divergence. So you did get bullish divergence, and you got that back here in the beginning of February, earlier this year. And I think other traders spotted that. Traders were preventing this thing from going lower than 0.028 pennies here. And sure enough, the bullish divergence played out where you started getting a pop up in price here. Now, the next thing that order of business is, can we actually create an uptrend? So this is the high now. Can we make a higher low compared to the lows back here in February? That remains to be seen. Okay. And it remains to be seen until we create this higher low and then start going up to higher prices and make a higher high than what we did here in March. We got to get higher than 0.041 pennies here for us to make a higher high. Excuse me. And I think, excuse me, I think if we come up to this 200 moving average at 0.045 pennies, that for sure makes a higher high, but you'll probably get rejected by that 200 moving average. Excuse me. My throat is all of a sudden parched. We've been live for like 40 minutes now. And I guess all that talking has caught up to me. Matty Go says Zcash short and Bitcoin short is printing. Oh, okay. We just looked at Zcash about a couple of coins ago, and it was at $320, $323 or something like that. Let me see. Oh, there we go. We're at 319 on Zcash. So I guess Zcash is making a move down lower here. And last time when we first started the live stream, Bitcoin was at 71K, and now it's at 70,700. So I guess crypto, Bitcoin and Zcash are rolling over right now to lower prices, helping the shorts print out. Let me get back into the chat, see what my TikTok guys are really saying here. TikTok, I got restricted on TikTok, and here I am trying to do something good for TikTok by actually doing like a TikTok live. They keep pushing me to do a TikTok live where they get to see like me on camera and then also see the chart, and they're restricting me for being unoriginal and having reproduced content. And all we're doing is we're looking at the charts here, and I'm trying to educate you guys about how to read the charts, look at the moving averages, look at these various indicators here. Try and teach you guys to be better traders and investors. And what do I get for that? I get restricted by TikTok. So that's very unfortunate they do that. It's almost as if they don't want me to help people out and educate people. They rather just have me, I guess, play video games instead, or maybe play with a cat or a dog instead. of trying to educate you guys about the markets here. It's frustrating, and I don't know. I appealed the restriction, and I don't think they let me I don't think they approved the appeal. So that's unfortunate. We'll still try to do another TikTok live stream in this format. I'm not gonna give up. I'll try to do this on Thursday. We'll do another vertical stream on YouTube and then the horizontal stream for TikTok on Thursday and see maybe if they'll if they do the same thing to me, then it's like what the hell, guys. But if they don't, maybe I could get a few more people showing up to the TikTok stream. Usually I get more people on TikTok than I do YouTube, but right now I got more people on YouTube than TikTok. And it's very unfortunate. Yeah. Maybe I am being boring. I don't know. You guys let me know. Am I boring you guys? We can talk about something else. We can look at the news or I don't know, something better. We can watch me play video games. I'll go play video games. Okay? I can live stream a video game session here. Anyways, back to the shots. I kind of want to look at Zcash because I am shorting Zcash. So let's go back to Zcash here. We'll go to the 5 minute time frame. Looks like Zcash is bearish below the moving averages here on the 5 minute time frame. You did get a short signal here just recently, saying that now looks like it's Zcash wants to drop down the lower prices here. We got as low as just a few minutes ago. We got as low as like 319.26. But I already did analysis on Zcash, but I'll do another analysis here. Let's get back into the 1 hour chart here for Zcash. I think Zcash could pull down to this 50-day moving average, sitting at $272. And let me pull up the VRVP indicator here to get levels to look for here. You get a little bit of high volume here at 280 and some more volume here at 277. So I'm going to probably front run that a little bit. I want to take partial profit at 290. And then I want to take some more profit at 280 as well. Because over time, price is going to drop down, right? But over time, this moving average is going to creep up. So if people are targeting the 1 hour 50 moving average here, this 50 moving average could creep its way up to like 280, and that's probably where people will take profit, and we might get a bounce off the 50 moving average. But by that time, in a few hours from now, it might be at like $280. So I think $280 is where we would get a bounce here in the future for Zcash. But I can front run that by taking profit at 290 because I don't even know if we're actually going to drop down to the 50 moving average. It's just an idea. Doesn't mean that we're actually going to do it or not. But I could take profit at 290, and that's still about like $30 away. I think I'll do pretty well if my short gets down to that level there. All right. So, does anybody have any more requests here, or else this is going to be a short live stream? I do have to hit the gym. My buddy Eddie here in Costa Rica is going to take me over to his gym. We're going to try work on and get some gains over here down in Costa Rica, San Jose, Costa Rica. I never been to his gym before, so this will be the first time I go. But yeah, I'm actually going to be going to the gym after this live stream here, guys. And I might start getting ready for that right now if I don't have any requests to go over here. Let me go back to TikTok, see if if the one and only person on TikTok, which I think is Lorene, is still there. Yep, we only got one person. Usually I get like 15, 20 people in the live chat on TikTok, but because I got restricted, yeah, it's not really showing anything here. Chat box. What was the last comment? I'm trying to figure out when my chat box is here. Is this it? Is this the last chat here? It looks like it. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I don't want to be boring you guys. If if no one has any requests here, then I might as well just finish up by talking about Bitcoin, and then that's going to be the end of the live stream. So let's just finish up here with Bitcoin. Bitcoin looks like it was in a bull pennant here. Let me get rid of your VP indicator for now. We were in a bull pennant possibly here, but looks like we're going to break down to the downside. We could get some support at the 50 moving average, that green line at 69,200. Then we got more support here at the 100-day in the 200 moving average, sitting at 68,200. So I think 68, 69K, it might be the next levels to look for Bitcoin for the day traders out there. In the grand scheme of things, on the daily chart here, we are still making higher lows. However, are we able to make a higher high? That was the question here. I think if Bitcoin was to continue being bullish, we would probably got knocked down by this 50-day moving average sitting at 75,900, which is similar to the highs that we saw back here in March at 76K. So I think if Bitcoin is going to be bullish for whatever reason and continue go up to higher prices, 76K is going to be the next target to try and take profit on your longs, take profit on your spot bags. If Bitcoin is going to be bearish, though, we already said 68, 69K. We can see that in the charts. That could happen later on today or tomorrow. But 67K should be the support area that has held up as support and resistance over the last few weeks here. If we lose that, then there's 65K, which has temporarily held as resistance. And then there's also 63K, which for sure has held as resistance. As support. And at 63K, we don't even stay down there for longer than a few hours before we jump back up to higher prices. So if you are shorting Bitcoin, must be. If you are shorting Bitcoin, 67, 65, but 63K, you should definitely take profit. Don't get too greedy. Maybe you might be lucky and might be able to see 60K again, but we haven't seen that since February 6th here. So 60K is an idea for a short. If we ever do get down there. Okay, but I think more likely targets for the day traders, you're looking for 68, 69K, then 67K. And then after that, if you want to hold on to your short, 65 and then 63K should be where you take profit on your shorts for Bitcoin. And for my guys who are not able to short, but all you can do is buy, relatively cheap Bitcoin if you can. 63, 65K are the best areas to be buying Bitcoin if you're still bullish on Bitcoin. You might be able to get some at 67K, maybe later on today or tomorrow. Who knows? But that's it as far as technical analysis goes for today and tonight. I am going to try to get ready to go to the gym now. I appreciate you guys putting in the requests here. It's unfortunate that TikTok was being mean to me today. Maybe they'll not be so mean to me tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll do a normal live stream for YouTube on the computer here. Let me just flip the camera here so you guys can see my pretty face, right? Is it gonna let me flip the camera? Oh yeah, there we go. If we flip the camera, so yeah, you guys will be able to see me like you're seeing me right now, on the computer, and my TikTok guys will be watching me on the phone again tomorrow, and then I'll try to do uh another horizontal stream for TikTok on Thursday, and then we'll do a vertical stream on YouTube on Thursday. So just keep that in mind for these live streams that are coming up here, guys. But yeah, I appreciate you guys coming up to the coming on here, giving me your requests here, looking at the charts here with me, and we'll just plan on doing this same time tomorrow. Okay. Until then, good luck on your trades, and we'll try to keep in touch on the Discord here. Hopefully, things don't get too political, but with the crazy things that are going on around the world, it's hard to talk. It's hard to mention what's going on in the news without people giving their opinions here on the news. So there you go. Good luck trading and investing in whatever asset you decide to get into, guys. And let's listen to some good music here. Some good house music on the outro here. So I'm gonna get a little bit louder for Lorene, but that's because we're about to leave and try to listen to some good music here. Take care, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.